All right, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy 3 We back with another video now. We're gonna talk about everything, and shout out to y'all, man. I'm gonna keep the gaming news related stuff, if it's music, movies, gaming news, on this channel. Like I said, on the gaming channel, it's gonna go back to my retro games, some boxing games, some old school boxing game, new games, doesn't matter. But let's keep it to the gaming news here. Y'all are some funny ass people, so I don't really take too much shit serious because I troll myself. And for those out that that have met me over my other stream, y'all know me, I'm all love and shit, but yo, some of y'all are some hilarious ass people. We talk about Undisputed, talk about Fight Night. Some people are like, I think some dude was like, yo, how much did they pay me? And I'll be honest, man, like I think me and Buddy went back and forth because this channel, I just don't give a shit. Like, me and Buddy went back and forth, and at the end of the day, I don't think he even bought the game. So in my head, I'm like, man, dude, shut your ass up. Like, we didn't buy the game. It sucks. Long story short, I actually like enjoy the game a lot, but I also don't enjoy all the bugs and glitches. I actually don't enjoy more stuff than I do enjoy. Like, I know that sounded confusing, but I enjoy playing the game. I've played broken games off stream and I just enjoyed them. And then obviously when I play them on stream, it's like, it's a different feel. You feel me? Because I got to play it and y'all watch it and y'all see the bullshit. So yeah, I can understand where it's bittersweet. Trust me, there's a lot of broken shit with Undisputed. But aside from all that, Mike Straw Media, which I believe he works for Insider Gaming, announced earlier UFC 6. Now, I don't have much to say about UFC 6, but it's good to see that they're dropping another one and they're doing the same 2 to 3 year fiscal kind of like release on it. And that he confirmed that it was in the works. I guess he found out from some people that it's in the works. He also mentioned very briefly about Fight Night. Now, Fight Night being like a thing, and then later on, shortly, well, I think his video was like 2 days ago, and then later on today, it was confirmed that there's a Fight Night in the works. Now, I believe that it was quote unquote, a Fight Night has been put on the table, meaning now we're gonna get started. Just want y'all to know, y'all not gonna see that game anytime soon. I'm excited because listen, from a casual side, I'm down to play all of the fucking boxing games. I'm down to play all the sports games. You know what I'm saying? From a casual side, I'm gonna just be 100% with y'all. And this is not an excuse about Undisputed. And for the record, this might be a lengthy video. So if you're not here, if you're not fat like me and you're eating and you're not eating anything, you're just chilling here to pass the time before you go to work, to go to bed, before your girl rubs your ass, this may not be the time for you to watch it, man. Just watch this shit another day. But I'm letting y'all know respectfully, this is gonna be a little lengthy video, hopefully, or not, whatever. So I'm excited for Fight Night. Y'all not gonna see Fight Night anytime soon. And I'm gonna be real with you. I read a lot of y'all comments in the comment section, but y'all gotta stop talking like y'all real life gaming critics. Y'all really not. Y'all suffer from the same thing I suffer from currently still. When I first started this YouTube shit, I didn't really know much of like the real ins and outs of things. I didn't know what was really going on. And YouTube and Twitch spoiled the fuck out of me to where now I'm so interested about if devs are scamming people. I'm so interested to know about graphic engines and all this other shit to where I'm making my problem to know what the fuck is going on in investors' pockets when it comes down to making a game, which is a bad thing because now that I know so much, I know when the bullshit is in front of our faces. Again, Undisputed has some bullshit in front of our faces. However, I supported the product, and y'all want to know why? Because it was still at least playable before we got to play y'all motherfuckers who be spamming. And of course they have some bugs, but I just knew supporting the product is gonna raise awareness to EA. And I'm gonna be very real with y'all. If y'all think for 1 second that EA sat here before Undisputed actually got some hype and came out and looked the way it looked, if y'all thought they were about to bring back a Fight Night, y'all full of shit. And y'all don't know anything. Honestly, they were not looking to bring this game back. You know how many times they don't pause Fight Night? Fight Night have been paused so many times. This is where we start the video, okay? Fight Night never really outsold any, like, well, not outsold, but it never really did tremendous crazy sales. For a boxing game and sports, it sold, I guess, in that area, decent. For example, Fight Night Round 3 sold like 2.5 million copies to 3.5 million copies worldwide to this day. Fight Night Round 4 sold 2.5 million copies worldwide. And guess what? Fight Night Champion, unless I'm incorrect, and I got all the MPDs incorrect during the time, whatever, only sold 1.5, I think. It was a commercial success. One of the best stories in a sports video game. Plays very well, in my opinion, and maybe I'm biased that I love it so much. But to us as the minority, because everybody in the comment section, we're all the minority of it. the majority did not support this product. And that's why I said this video is gonna be lengthy, because I'm gonna go into why we wasn't seeing Fight Night for so long after Fight Night Champion. So they took a different detour from Fight Night Round 4 to Fight Night Champion, because why? Fight Night Round 4 wasn't well received. It looked great, it played great, graphics looked very well, especially coming from Fight Night Round 3, which was also considered to look like to many people in the gaming industry. They were shitting on the game when the game came out, and then later on changing their articles. Yes, they were, when Fight Night Round 3 came out, and people were talking about how the controls for Fight Night Round 4 didn't really change much. They tried to talk about the new control mechanic that was introduced to the game, and still only sold 2.5 or so million copies, probably a little bit more, right around there. Fight Night Round 4 missed a lot of its marks, but it was still considered an acclaimed game to many of us fans. Fight Night Champion was commercially received as one of the best sports game at the time, boxing and everything, but guess what? It didn't outsell many of the other sports competitors. And you want to know what else is the problem? During the time that all three of those boxing games came out, because we're not talking about the PS2 version of the game, even though Round 3 did come out for like the previous gen at that time, which was Xbox and PS2. But those three games actually started going and taking a tank, because at that time, FPS shooters, strategy games, and open world games was skyrocketing, taking over the space, leaving sports games to be more of the niche at that time. Remember the Gran Turismos, the Forzas, they were going crazy. Everything, Need for Speeds was going crazy. And one big thing that I'm gonna let y'all know right now is that EA almost shot themselves in the foot so many times. One of the recent ones, remember when Battlefield came out and then also Titanfall, and they decided to release Titanfall in the middle between Battlefield and Infinite Warfare? Why would you release your shooter about weeks to a month in between another one of your shooters and Call of Duty, as if people, even though people talk shit about the games that they don't fuck with, like Call of Duty, they still bought that game. And even though that game sold poorly and they had to bundle it with COD 4 Remastered or with COD 4, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it still outsold Titanfall because they put Titanfall in the middle of it. EA also has other sports games. FIFA and Madden started outselling Fight Night. That game ended up struggling, going up against its own company, other developers for their sports games. So the game was never trash. The game was always well, but you got to stop acting like, to the masses, to the worldwide audience, Fight Night was a demanding game. It wasn't. It was not. To the minority, to all of us, yes. To the game, to the guys who really played this shit, yes, it was. Yes, it was. But when you look at the numbers of sales, it wasn't. And maybe, who knows, maybe around that time, 2.5 million copies was the shit. But let me just tell you something. When Halo came out, when Battlefield came out, when Gears came out, when Call of Duty came out, when you see 15 million sales, you're just like, whoa. And guess what EA does? They're going to put the brakes on this bitch, and they're going to say, we got to go where the money goes. And that's how it went down. A lot of the studios they ended up parting ways with, like Biggs, like EA Big and some of the other companies. Why? Because the direction that gaming was turning towards, we started to see less and less of our favorite games be developed. EA is known for that. EA was known for that. So from 2011 to now, we didn't see a boxing game. And as I'm going to state right now, all the business practices that go on, whether it was Call of Duty with the black box, I think it was called, what was it called? The black box? Or was it called something where you would pay COD coins and all of a sudden it would like spin into some like gambling shit? Remember that was going crazy? You can't do that in a boxing game. And if you did, blatant, you would probably get sued, or it would have probably caused way more issues. But at the time, the demand for a boxing game just was not there. It just was not there. They would lose it to all its competitors. It wasn't doing very well at all. And so shout out to JMMA. Forgive me, I cannot remember the brother's tweet, but his tweet was so fucking spot on. Hopefully I have a fucking image. I'll put a screenshot on the video. Was so spot on about what happened with Fight Night Round 4, I believe, or Fight Night Champion. But that's basically the gist of everything going on. People sit here today and make it seem like they was out here really fucking with Fight Night when the majority of people did not even go out and support the product, or else guess what? Y'all would have gotten milked. We would have gotten milked every fucking year or 2 years, like 2K, and we would have gotten a Madden every year, a 2K every year, and we would have seen a Fight Night release every year. No, that's just not how that worked. Y'all remember Medal of Honor? Y'all remember the reboot they came out with? I think it was 2009 or 2010. That was one of my favorite Medal of Honor games. Then they released Warfighter. That game did fucking poor and shit. Have y'all seen a Medal of Honor release ever since? And we're not talking about that bullshit ass VR game. Have y'all seen the Medal of Honor? No. They had to take a detour because guess what? When you have 3 fucking shooters under your belt or 2 shooters and you're killing off your own game and the competition is just killing you, you stop making games. You put them on the back burner. So EA kept putting their shit on the back burner. Yeah, I'm excited as fuck for Fight Night Champion 2 or Fight Night Round 6, however they call it, because guess what? Right now is the time to make that game. It's been away for so long. NBA Street would be great right now. Would we appreciate it now? I don't know. Would it be riddled with microtransactions? Most definitely. Absolutely. Wherever they can put something in there, every company is going to do it. I supported Undisputed because goddamn, we haven't seen a boxing game in so long. Did I fucking want bugs? Hell no. You think I wanted them to fucking throw punches with a fucking YMCA-ing, my nigga? No. No, I don't want to see that shit. What the fuck kind of shit is that? No, I don't want to see that. But I supported it anyways, man. Once they said they had licensed boxers, I said, yo, they're putting money into the boxes. I bet. If it would have came out like an NFT, I would have been sick. I would have been sick. But the moment that happened, then they finally put out the gameplay, and the gameplay was not all that. It was like a good 5 out of 10. Then they started adding some features, 6 out of 10. Right now, I give it like a solid like 6.5 out of 10. You know why? Because the fundamentals are missing. A lot of fundamentals are missing. I'm being honest. I'm still going to support it. When people ask me to buy it, should I buy it? I'm like, yo, listen, if you can deal with this, I would say support it. Because guess what? Today, EA says that they make it a fight night now because they know the fans were fucking with it. For a game that's this broken, right? Quote unquote. Why did it do so well? Why is it selling? Because people want a boxing game. Now that raised eyes for EA. When 2K said they were making a football game, an arcade football game, all of a sudden, thank you, Jesus, college football's coming out. Y'all want to know something else? Y'all probably don't know this. College players got paid $500-600 each to get put in the game and got a copy of the game. That's a lot of fucking money. You know that, right? It took EA to do that. Only the star players got paid fucking bands, but not everybody. People got a copy of the game and $500 to get their likeness in the game. How the hell did they come up with that agreement? I don't know, but they got scanned into the game. It took all that to do that, bro. They had to step it up in the bag because even though we talk shit about 2K, if they were gonna make that shit happen, EA was supposed to be the leader of the sports games. They're gonna do it. They gonna fucking do it. That's why I get so annoyed when people be like, oh, this game is better than this one. In my opinion, Fight Night is the way more superior game than Undisputed. Absolutely. There's no question. The game has been out for fucking years. There's like 7 of them bitches. They better have got that shit right. Of course, it sets the standard. But when you go and play that game, let's stop fucking acting like EA was not upset. Their own devs was not upset about the direction they went. They knew they made that game more arcadey. They made it more. They made it more hip and freestyle to cater to everybody. Because at that time, the same way UFC games right now be dying a month after launch, and shout out to all the creators that still be making UFC content. But guess what? UFC be doing way worse on streams than fucking 2K. Sometimes they neck and neck. Madden was the same way too. UFC don't be cooking like that on streams. They don't. Only when there's new content and only if there's a creator who be really like cooking, who got some real good like gameplay and they're like dope as fuck to watch. Absolutely. I'm never gonna take that away. But UFC games don't be popping on stream. And it's not every creator could just make UFC gameplay. Not everybody gives a fuck. To be honest, same thing with Madden. There's a handful of Madden guys that really be cooking. Not everybody could just be the average Joe. But guess what? With Fight Night, they ended up dialing it back, making it more arcadey, and it caters to everyone else. UFC 4 and 5 is so goddamn fucking simulative. Nobody wants to fucking play that shit like a pro on stream. Motherfuckers would rather go back to UFC 3 or UFC Undisputed. Because guess what? My bitch ass, my pussy ass don't want to get overly simulation and do an algebra test playing that game live. I was doing it when it first came out. We was cooking, we was eating, and I made the decision like, yo, I'm getting fucked up. Motherfuckers putting me in a submission hold. I'm like, this, I in my back, and I don't know how to fucking break out of it. It's no point. I'm telling y'all that's how that happened with me. I left it as a casual. I'm a casual, so it didn't cater to me. It's why UFC sales ain't that crazy either. The formula don't work for the majority. That formula does not work for the majority. I'm telling you, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, there would have to be other people that probably can articulate it better or have a better verbiage. I don't fucking know, vernacular, however you want to call it. But UFC 6 is in the works. I'm excited. I play it. I'm excited for different reasons. My excitement comes from me knowing that I'm gonna play my guys in my circle. We're gonna go live. We bullshit. But don't expect me to be that pro and talk about how I can do the Crip sign and throw up the blood sign while I'm doing submissions, my G. I don't give a fuck. Like, the game is too over fucking. I'm not playing like that, bitch. I'm not playing that crazy. And I don't give a fuck who knows that. I'm a cook regardless, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't play that serious. I'm fucking ass. And guess what? I'm okay with admitting that. Same thing with Fight Night. Fight Night became so casual, I ended up loving it. But guess what? The sales showed that the majority didn't, and it just wasn't popping at the time that it came out. It was commercial success of one of the best stories. But some of y'all be forgetting where the fuck we was at in 2011. Because at that time, that's not what was going on. I'm just letting y'all know, I'm excited for Fight Night. But damn, it took EA to see another game come out and get at least some sort of praise and some attention, excuse me, for them to fucking finally make a game. What do you want me to tell you? This is just facts. This is just facts. And with Fight Night, what engine are they going to be using, bro? Because I don't want the Ignite engine. I don't want, what's that shit they got going on? Wasn't Battlefield using Frostbite? Battlefield and Star Wars using Frostbite? Ain't UFC using that shit? And ain't Madden using that? I don't know what game, I don't know what engine. Everybody needs to just jump on Unreal. It's free. Jump on Unreal Engine, bro. Unreal Engine, EA has been the king of graphics for a long time. They games be looking realistic. But I will never forget what my boy Trey told me. The moment EA games started looking more realistic, their games have been dog shit. It's just a fact. The more realistic their games were looking, the more ass their games got. What the fuck are we talking about? So yeah, I'm excited for Fight Night. We're not gonna see that bitch anytime soon. And I have a weird feeling like Fight Night was EA was trying to possibly buy Undisputed, because that's what EA does. If y'all didn't actually notice, EA was out here trying to buy other competitor shooters who was like indie, and they didn't want to get bought out. EA was also buying indie games, and guess what? They came out, they failed, and where are they now? They're not even making a return. EA would probably looked up Undisputed and realized that it's Deep Silver and PlayOn. And if you guys did not know, PlayOn, which is the most craziest thing, I don't know why, PlayOn's a mobile company. So it's a very controversial thing where a mobile company and Deep Silver is working with Undisputed, and Undisputed Steel City, which a lot of people don't understand that Steel City is only like 60, 70 people, and it's still no excuse for the bugs, but they're working alongside their publisher, which is the guys that they're putting their games out from. So you see their logo, PlayOn and Deep Silver. I honestly don't believe that PlayOn should be the guys that runs a big budget game like that. That game might be from an indie dev, but that game is I guess marketing around a company that does Raid Shadow Legends. So in my opinion, I feel humbly like they should get picked up by somebody bigger or stay solo. And it's unfortunate. We need an update. We need a fucking patch. But instead of selling yourself to a company, not even saying that they are, I'm just assuming, because a lot of indie companies do that. Power World said no, and look, they're doing very well, but they're getting sued by Nintendo actually. But I'm like, there's no way EA did not try to knock at the door. There's just no way. There's no way EA did not try to knock at the door. There's no way. And seeing like they got Canelo, they got all these guys, I'm pretty sure now they're gonna try to get other people. And hey, for good reason. They might actually get Tank and Mayweather. They might say, fuck that shit, we're gonna pay this money. Because now EA, Andrew Wilson, the CEOs or whoever probably looking at it now like, oh, boxing is back. Well, guess what? Boxing really is back. Actual boxing is back. Okay, money is backing behind boxing IRL, not no video game. So who knows, maybe boxing is back. And knowing EA, they're gonna announce it with way more boxers, who knows? But it's something that we needed. We wasn't gonna hear about no damn Fight Night, y'all. It was probably on the table, who knows? But you know how many times they paused that development? So I just want y'all to know, Fight Night, yes, has been announced, but you know how many games have been announced from EA and we still haven't seen the trailers later on from them? EA is one of those companies that they sit back because they made so many of our childhood games, y'all. SSX, they made the Star Wars games. They made some Marvel games. They made shooters. They made the old Need for Speed games. They made the new Need for Speed games now. Battlefields, Medal of Honors, Titanfalls, other shooters, Mirror's Edge, NBA Street, NFL Street, Def Jam, like all these games, and they send them back. The day that somebody makes a rapper or a hip hop fighting game, then we'll probably see EA start talking and they will put their money up. But until then, we just not seeing shit. They sit back and wait, and then all of a sudden, because for a long time we thought nobody could make a boxing game. We thought they only had the license for it. Apparently, no, motherfucker, you can actually make one if you put up that money. So we always just assuming. I'm out of here though. It's your boy 3MG. This was a 20-minute video. I apologize, but also I fucking don't. All right, man. This is the Rage Bait channel. God bless each and every one of y'all, and I'll catch y'all in the comment section cooking me up. Somebody said, why the fuck do I play in the dark? Why the fuck am I doing videos in the dark like I'm telling a horror story? And then said hashtag self-conscious. Fuck you, bitch. Sorry, I shouldn't say that, but God bless you though. Anyways though, I'm out, y'all. Peace.